Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I like the shove from ace 10 actually, just because you know it's one of two reasonable things you can do with those cards. The other one being fold them.
Yeah.
You know, it's yeah, it's tough. I can't honestly say that I know. I mean,
No.
I've gone down a blind analytical alley.
Yeah, no, I think that's one of those hands which is really difficult to kind of go either way with. I don't think anything was done wrong, but I don't necessarily think anything was done right.
Well, we'll leave it at that then.
Yeah.
Fat neck, ace 9 of clubs.
I fold.
Everybody folding around. Mr. Brez.
Boo!
He's poker's nice guy, isn't he, Mr. Brez?
Yeah, it kind of looks nice.
You know.
Fold.
Has a little think. Puts him down.
Yeah, there's no point in messing around with marginal hands like that. He doesn't need to. He's only got a couple of grand in the pot, so he just lays it down and lives to fight another day.
Well, and you know, we should really looking. You know, the blinds are only at 1,000, 2,000.
Yeah.
We should actually get to see some poker here.
Yeah,
Everybody's reasonably well stacked.
Yeah,
Got a
I mean,
big chip leader out there.
Yeah, I mean, there's no sort of major all-ins and everyone folds. That's something we don't really like. We like to see a little bit of play, and you know, nice little raise there coming from Buckfaster.
Absolutely, with the 5,555 chips. Sort of esoteric raise.
Going back to the old poker, the Irish Open.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to be playing in that, so if everyone can send me their good vibes, then I'd be very, very grateful, because that's a big tourney.
It's huge.
€3,500 entry fee.
Yep.
So
And what was the top prize last year? Was getting close to 100,000 euros, wasn't it?
€800,000.
800,000 euros.
Yeah, it's big bucks.
You're gonna remember your friends.
The winner, I will not remember my friends.
You're gonna remember me then.
Buckfast with Cowboys. Yeah. The winner last year was Neil Channing.
Raise.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Neil,
Neil
spoken
Channing.
about
You've had a few run-ins with Mr. Channing, haven't you?
I've had a few run-ins with Mr.
Perhaps
Channing.
is it reasonable to say that he's harassed you in a?
I know Neil's got a soft spot for me. Let's put it that way. He's a lovely lad, and
bit of a stalker.
he stalks me.
Yeah.
I don't mind him stalking me. He's a harmless enough fella. He looks a bit odd, but I'm gonna let him off and continue to just grin and bear it, really, and just hope he doesn't follow me into the toilets in the Vic Casino too many times.
Buckfaster doesn't find a single customer with his 6,200 chip raise. I thought ace 10 might put a call in, but
yeah, it's difficult. I mean,
blinds.
I think that's one of those. He was in early position. I would have probably been tempted to flat call, look for a raise, and then pump it all in.
Yeah, I think looking at the blind, 6,200 was only just between 3 and 4 times the big, which a lot of people dial their pre-flop raises into that. But actually, looking at the chip stacks, he was asking for a quarter of a lot of these people's chip stacks for a call, and that's basically a shove from them.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of with you. I think a flat call might have picked up some business. On the other hand, you flat call, a couple more people call, and a flop comes out. Where are you?
Yeah, okay, well, that's where I agree. I think you've got to be prepared to lay the hand down. You know, you've just got to say, look, I'm going to flat call this. If everyone calls it, I've got to be able to lay this down.
Have the discipline
Yeah,
to...
you just got to hope you hit trips, really.
Fat neck, we love it, raising with the hammer. He gets looked up. I'll tell you what, if he wins this, even though it's no skill on his part, he probably will win the play of the game.
It's looking bad.
Well, at 9, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6.
No.
Oh, the flush beats him. I was looking for the straight for Fat Neck so hard I missed the flush.
Right.
Fat Neck, what are you doing? 7-2.
Well, I don't know. He's just having a little play, and he's actually sending out a good message there on this table, I think. He's saying, look, I'm here to play. I don't feel the pressure. I've been on 20 final tables. What are you guys so nervous about? I'm slamming it all in here with 7 deuce. Paddy Pair going all in with his aces. He's not messing about, is he?
No, well, he definitely needs to double up on those cards.
Fold.
I'm sort of surprised there wasn't just a min raise there, because, you know, is he going to get a call?
Well, with his chip stack...
Call.
Oh, well, he gets a call from Fat Neck. He'll be happy with that. Fat Neck giving out all kinds of action on this table.
Oh my God, he's hit the straight.
Flops the straight. Fat Neck. No way back for Paddy Pair.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's a horrible way to go out in 9th place. That's worth $372, that position. But aces cracked.
Fatneck is just piling in his chips. He doesn't give a hoot, does he?
Well, he's short stacked. He's picked up the pocket aces. I have to say I would have again favored the if it was me, I would have flat called because you know, as short stacked as he was, he knew that he had to double up. But
Yeah, and Fatneck had Fatneck is the chip leader, yeah.
Fold.
Yeah.
I believe. I mean, he had the chips to call with
absolutely,
this jack,
and you know, Paddy Pear got exactly what he wanted. One caller,
Yeah.
showdown, but you know, they don't win every time, aces.
No,
And,
tough, isn't it?
Yeah. Ooh, look at that reshove from Mock Jock.
Good luck.
Buck faster, trying to limp on Mock Jock, and I don't think he can make this call with 6-7.
No, he's
Not
going to be
for
throwing this hand away.
Effectively half his stack.
Shows the ace. Why not?
Yeah. It almost always means that there's garbage with it, but hey, I think it's going to help. Show it off.
I mean, look at Fatneck there. He's well out in the lead. He can just... I mean, that guy, he can basically sit tight, not play a hand, and he's going to finish in the top three. But my suspicion, he doesn't want to finish in the top three. The guy wants to win this thing and take it down. So he's going to keep chucking his chips in there, having a little look. I mean, that was speculative call there with Queen Jack, but he's just hoping, I suppose, he's looking at, you know, Paddy with pocket sevens or something.
Sure, and he's running and gunning, and there's lots of little shorties out there, just like Tip Top, who are in absolutely desperate shape. And yeah, you're right, Fatneck is...
Again, he's made a very marginal call here.
And he won't mind this at all when the cards get turned over.
No.
He's you know,
Too
put a
live, he's
60-40
happy.
dog, you know?
Perfectly happy.
Yep.
Doesn't look as though he's going to take this down, though.
No,
It's
flopped
looking
into it, I mean,
looking bad.
No, nothing there on the board for him. And, you know, sure, he doubled Tip Top up pretty cheap. But,
I mean, that is the danger. He slipped from 135,000 to 115,000.
New hand.
And he's just doubled one of his opponents up to now
Sure.
with a fairly dangerous stack.
well, but it's also, I mean... That call aside,
Yeah.
that might have been a slightly weak call. I mean, you know, we enjoy it just for the entertainment value,
Sure.
seeing lots of action and that sort of thing. But the one thing that he can do with this big stack is absolutely dominate play at the table.
Yeah.
And
But I would suggest he doesn't do that by calling. I'd suggest he does that by raising.
more active action and that sort of
Yeah.
thing. But he's opened his range up completely
Yeah.
with that stack.
I mean, he's raised with this one, which is fair enough. King Jack suited.
Yeah.
He is dominated, but he
Yeah.
could
Well,
take
he
this
needs-
down by a bet.
Well, he needs a couple more spades to come out, but if you look at the cards that people are holding, there's 5 of them missing already, so that spade flush draw is not really worth a lot.
I think
He
he's
might
gonna,
take it here with that ace on board, though.
Yeah, he'll take this down.
Yeah, and that's where you can really do some damage
Yeah.
with that big chip stack.
And that's what he needs to do more of. He just needs to do more of that because he doesn't need to check any flop. He can
No.
afford to bet it.
Absolutely.
But I would suggest he doesn't make these calls
Well,
because what's the point?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Well, I think the point for him is he's just riding his luck a bit, and
Yeah,
Queen 10 looked pretty, and what the heck?
yeah, I guess so.
And sometimes it happens in poker, and it's obviously not the most rational approach to the game, but sometimes you just can't miss, and it can inspire you to gamble a little bit.
Yeah.
There we go. We've got another short, well, not really that short stack, all in with 5-4 suited. And Tip Top,
This is a tricky one. It's for
very
Tip-Top's
tough.
tournament.
yeah, absolutely. And I don't think he's going to make the call here. I don't think he can with ace-10. He's going to watch this on TV, though, and think, shows off the
That was a
ace-10.
pretty huge play there with 4-5.
yeah, that was. I like that. That's maybe our first potential
Yeah.
play of the game.
I mean, he's not taking down that many chips
Well, and
with it.
Kukushka actually puts himself in second place with that move as well. It's interesting little pile of chip stacks after our chip leader. But yeah, pretty bold move.
Yeah, Kukushka certainly showing us that
Kukushka.
he or she has some play.
Where's he from, Kukushka? He's from Bruxelles.
Bruxelles?
Bruxelles in
Ah,
Belgium.
Okay. Not been there myself.
Wonder if it's anywhere near wine.
Have you ever been there?
Brussels? No, I've never been to Belgium actually.
No, nor me. It's one of those places, isn't it, like Finland, where you wouldn't
It's-
bother.
Yeah, it's. I think sort of anything within a 300-mile radius of Amsterdam, I'd just rather go to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Really, I'd find it very hard to justify
Yeah.
going to Brussels with Amsterdam.
It's pretty bad. We've just completely dissed 2 countries.
it's not a diss.
No?
No, I just, you know, there's no shame in not being as good as Amsterdam.
And there's no shame, I suppose, in not particularly